Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
The Shogun of Harlem.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel, the Urban Alchemistic, the H.P.I.C, the High Priestess in charge over there. Yeah, the Dexter Brujas over there. Yeah, it's me. I'm your host, Sankofa Ashe. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, okay, so today is February 10th, 1:47 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here on the Blessed Coast. All right, so today we're going to talk about spiritual copycats. So y'all already know what's going on or whatever. Y'all see my page and, you know, y'all see or whatever, right? I don't want to be redundant here. So we're going to go ahead and listen to some TikTok compilations, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of my commentary and shit like that, right? So I want to reveal to you guys a download. I know people say that a lot, but yeah. I want to give you guys like a little spiritual epiphany, okay? The latest tactic that karmic readers and karmic spiritualists and spiritual copycats, you know, that whole little peanut gallery, right? Their latest tactic, I've noticed, is to mimic their target's reaction to their copying. So basically the copying intensifies. They will study their targets very closely, copy off of them for an extended period of time. Then they will mimic the person's reactions to that commentary. To that copying. They'll react to it. Yeah, actually, that is correct. Thank you, Spirit. They will actually react to to your commentary. So, for example, we have old girl that likes to copy me, right? So what she will do is she will come on my channel and she will watch me pretty much like, you know, expose it and blah, 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 blah. And then pretty much whatever is my stance on that, they will duplicate that and present it on their channel. So they're also using your reaction to them copying off of you, and they're using that as well, okay? So that's like a new tactic that I'm noticing here. Them desperately trying to shapeshift into the originator, okay? Take this seriously, because what you're going to see in these compilations, these people are talking real shit. I'm going to show you their TikTok compilations. Make sure that you guys follow them. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow them and stuff like that. Spiritual copycats will copy off of your words. You can tell that they watched your content because they're using keywords, and you could tell they normally don't speak like that. You could tell they use words that they normally don't use in an everyday conversation, but they're using it because, you know, you're using it. You feel me? And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to do this for people who have smaller platforms, the people that are truly gifted, that are getting their content stolen, that are getting targeted and attacked by these karmic reader cliques. It seems that these cliques are imploding, and I've been reading on their energy and tracking them for quite a while. All right. That is the reason why I did the Content Vulture series, because I don't want smaller channels to, you know, feel discouraged or feel like they're alone on the issue, that nobody doesn't believe them, because there's a lot of negative narratives being pushed. Those who have larger channels, they love to steal and copy from the smaller channels. We are the blueprint. We are the nucleus. We are the content factory. We are the hub. Okay? We're the sixth house. We're the hub, the sustainability of these channels. We're the reason why their channels stay afloat. Without us, they have nothing to post. They literally have to wait until we post something in order for them to know where they're going. So it's interesting. It's like you don't know where to go. You don't know what direction for going at unless I point the fucking way. That's the only way you're going to know where to go. That's how fucking duncy these fucking bitches really are. All right? And they're entities that are housed within them. All they can do is intensify the mimicking in order to eliminate you. They're not going to tell you that they like what you do. They're not going to, you know what I'm saying? give you a shout out and say, hey, I actually got this talking point from this person. Shout out to them. Make sure y'all support their channel. They're not going to do that. These people are trying to be spiritual celebrities, meaning that their priorities have nothing to, their priorities are all fucked up. They don't have anything to do with the collective. They don't really care about the collective. They're just milking you guys. You guys are their fucking sugar daddies and shit. They're Johns and shit. So watch when they be low-key confessing and telling you that, yeah, this is what it is. And you have very, very scarily accurate intuition. You motherfucking right. You should know better, right? You should know. You didn't think that I wouldn't pick it up. I've been knew there was karmic reader clicks. I've been called it out in my podcast 2 years ago. I've been called the shit out. So now they're finally admitting to it. So when you watch their readings, pay attention to a spiritual copycat or a karmic reader. When you watch their readings, they are talking about themselves. And let me tell you something. Don't let them try to discourage you because they don't like facts. They don't like when you don't forget shit. They don't like when you're able to pull up evidence and be like, nah, bitch, you're lying. They don't like intuitive people. That's why they mention it a lot in their readings, but it's actually something that really annoys them. It's something that really irritates them. That's why they say, oh, this person's always doing this. Always watch. Always. You know what? A smart person always watches their ops to know the first move, especially when your ops are stupid enough to low-key, high-key confess the plots, because they have this guilt inside of them and they know they done fucked up. So now they throwing everybody that they was politicking with and linking up with, they throwing everybody over the bus, right? So now they're giving away little tidbits against each other. That's what I'm noticing now. They're giving away little tidbits to the targets because they know the targets are watching and clocking them, right? As they fucking should. This is the reason why they loathe you and then they admire you at the same time. You'll notice that when they're doing a subliminal reading against you, they're kissing your ass because they know your spiritual rank or they know your divine lineage. They know your shit. They know that you know your shit. All right. They'll pump you up. They'll big you up, but then they'll also try to antagonize you at the same time within the reading by acting like they're you. You feel me? So yes, while they're doing these readings, they will act like they're you. They'll big up your character, but then try to trash you at the same time. And then you'll notice that the entities that are housed inside of them will make that comparison. They will always flare up because just even the mention of you. So they living vicariously through your spiritual gifts while loathing you at the same time. This is exactly how they move. This is exactly what I shared in one of my recent live streams with the Chloe Hudson video. Shout out to her. Okay. So those are one of the tactics that I've been noticing. They're intensifying the copying right now. The only thing, they can't post unless you post first. Like these bitches, they wouldn't even know the right direction to go in at if I wasn't pointing the fucking way. I'm pointing the way and they still don't know where to fucking go. So without you posting, they have nothing to go on. They have to read their own filthy ass fucking energy until you post again and you finally give them that jump. So that's what they want. They want a spiritual jump from you. You feel me? You will know that they're copying off of you because they're using your keywords. When you're defending yourself against them and exposing them, they will use your keywords to let you know, like, yeah, I've been listening to you, and yeah, I'm still going to copy, and da-da-da-da. That's the reason why shit be going on in they motherfucking lives and why they will never gain up off of you. They're going to try to silence you. They're going to try to delete your comments. They're going to try to intensify the copying because they know they're about to be exposed. Remember, they are scatterbrained. They don't like facts. They don't like clarity. They don't like people that don't forget shit, that always pulls up the receipts, okay, that know what they're talking about. They have no choice but to intensify the copying because they feel like they have squatters' rights over your energy, meaning that they've been in your energy for so long that they consider themselves a resident in your energy, okay? So keep on making your declarations to remove these people out. Not only physical copyrights, but spiritual copyrights as well. Make sure that you guys are protecting yourself. And also, most importantly, if you're a smaller platform, just know that larger channels, they need us. We are the blueprint. We are the nucleus. You know what I'm saying? We are the hub. We're their creativity hub. We're the reason why their channels are even popping the way that it is. And notice their channels are nothing but straight up illusions that they're casting. They have fake engagement, fake views. Everything is fake and doctored up, yet they claim they so fucking real. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, make sure that you guys document everything. Every time somebody copy off of you, you make sure you document. Every time you do your video and you're sharing your downloads, you're sharing your honest obs, your whatever the case, whatever you call it, you're sharing your knowledge. Make sure that you date it and you time your stuff, okay? Because Spirit is going to show you exactly where to go when people are pulling on your energy. They're going to show you through the algorithm. Spirit speaks through the algorithm. Spirit speaks through the algorithm, and they're going to point you in the right direction, even down to the timestamp. They're going to show you this person has been pulling on your energy and using it for their message. This person is doing that. It'll tell you. That's why they come on their videos and they be like, yeah, you're so intuitive. It's so scary, because they're confessing to you as the target. They're confessing to you like, damn, you keep clocking me. No matter what I do, you keep clocking me, right? And so the entities will start to talk, because the entities going to want to appeal to you. They're going to want to kiss your ass in a reading. They're going to want to try to appeal to you so you don't go that hard on them, so that you can stop exposing them. Nah, don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep documenting your work and clocking them every single time. You hear me? And now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and play the TikTok compilations of the copycat spirit, the psychology of it, and how they work, the inner workings of them. All right, make sure that you guys follow all the accounts that are being shown today. Enjoy the show.
I cannot stand an unoriginal bitch. When somebody copies the fuck out of me, and then you have the nerve to do it in my face, it pisses me off, because it's like, it feel like you trying to be me. You're trying to steal my aura, like you trying to steal my essence. That's what makes me who I am. And then you doing it in my face like I can't see that shit, like I don't see you. I just be wanting to just, like...
Hey, just know, with everything that you got going on right now, everything that you got planned, there's people that's real life trying to copy everything that you doing. Yeah, behind the scenes, they trying to, because you making so much progression in your own life. Some people feel stagnant, and they will continue to feel stagnant because that's the level of comfort. You know what I'm saying? They're scared to take that leap into the unknown and live uncomfortable for a little bit. So at the end of the day, a person can copy you on everything that you got going on, but the one thing that they cannot take from you is your mind. That's what's different, A person can't go within your brain and start digging and picking out everything that they could use in their mind. They gotta wait until you post your stuff, until you talk about something for them to get ideas. So at the end of the day, that's how you could really think about it. Like, if somebody tries to copy you, you got to detach from that and know you.
If you're tapped in spiritually, you probably already know who's tapping into your energy or who's the energy vampire in your life, right? But if you're not, or you just want to get like some kind of like giggle to yourself to see who really is the person or people, do this. But first, my name is Sade. I speak about all things spiritual. If you're into that type of thing, go ahead and give me a follow. Call your energy back. Most people make it difficult, and it doesn't need to be. Literally just say, I call all my energy back from every place, person, thing that no longer serves me, and I bring it back to myself, transmuted, clear, etc., whatever. Now, the crazy thing is, wait and pay attention. And you don't have to wait long. Like, I'm saying, like, maybe the next morning, maybe even the next couple minutes, who knows? But the people that have a pull or are harvesting your energy and creating some kind of attachment to you, they always reach out. And the telltale sign that you're really getting the, confirmation that you need, a lot of times it's not just one person. It's usually a few people, and they all reach out at the same time. And if you need more confirmation, a lot of times you weren't even thinking about these people. It's quite amusing. Anyways, that's all I had to say. I want you guys to try it, and please comment below and let me know what happens. Especially if you see this tonight, let me know in the morning what happens. Like, follow, save, and share to your spiritual friends who need to see who is tapping into their energy. For real.
If they copy you, they do not like you. The reason I say this is because when they copy you, they really do not like you. Like, if they copy everything you're doing, if they trying to, do exactly how you do, that means they admire you, bro. They don't like you. You know what I'm saying? They copying everything you're doing. They doing the things that you do. They trying to make it seem like you share the same values. They trying to copy your ideas and use it for their own gain. If they copy you, they do not like you. So just know, once that bullshit starts, just get away from these people, bro. Because these people, they hopeless. They don't have anything to do with themselves. They don't have the spirit within and look at themselves and really search for what creative juice God has given them. They just looking at what everyone else is doing to get ahead. Those people are narcissists. They don't have no type of aura. Their aura is built on lies and no real inner strength. Like, if you want real power, you got to go within and follow your purpose. And that's the thing that God aspires us to do. But these people in the world, they so they want it so bad, they want it so fast that they go do whatever it takes to copy someone that's already has it, because they don't want to step in their own shoes, bro. They want to step in other people's shoes. They're running away from themselves. And to run away from that means you're entirely replaceable. Someone's going to end up killing and beheading you because you don't have no type of aura. So just know when they copying you, you know, that means they just admire you, bro. Like you should be happy because they just admire you. You know what I'm saying? They just copying everything you're doing. They, you know, it's like, where does the aura come from that? To run away from being weird and odd and to stick to what makes it weird and odd, to run away from that just means you're incredibly low, you lack low self-esteem, and you don't have no faith in God, because God loves humility, the devil loves pride, and your pride is keeping you from being humiliated and trying to do things on your own and getting slandered. That stuff is gonna happen. However, the people that are slandering you, they sad within themselves. They don't have the drive within themselves to do what you're doing. That's why they super scared, bro. They don't have the drive, bro. You took it within your own hands to do what you got to do for yourself. But anyway, if they copy you, they don't like you, get away from these people. I love you, boy.
And yes, that sister was very correct when she said, call your energy back. Do a return to sender, call your energy back, do a protection spell. But before you, and then you could do like a cleansing, you know, do a spiritual cleansing, perhaps before the work and then maybe after. But you know how that goes, right? All right, it could be a spiritual bath, it could be a spiritual perfume, spiritual cologne, it could be incense. However you do it, just do it. But yeah, make sure that you always declare your energy back, reclaim your energy back. Make that an everyday practice if you have to, an everyday practice, because these people have been tapping into your energy for so long, into our energy. I'm talking about smaller platforms. I'm making these videos just like I made my content vulture series for smaller platforms that are going through exactly what I'm going through. Because like I said, we are the blueprint, we are the nucleus, we are the content factory for these bitches, okay? So don't let them ever try to talk down to you because you don't have what they have, because everything they got is fucking doctored up. It's a fucking illusion. It's not real. Now, it definitely goes deeper than this, and I'm going to share to you another TikTok video of this sister who hit it right on the nail. Like, I was nodding my head to death. I'm like, yes, they do use magic to, like, some type of enchantment to bring people to their channels. They do magic to make sure people are looking at you looking at them the way how they should be looking at you, type shit. Okay, they will go as far as to use listening devices to try to for those of us spiritual people that we talk to our ancestors. We have our dialogue, whether it's out loud or inside our heads. They want to literally dig into our crown chakra and take all of our wisdom from us. This is why they go to extreme lengths to team up with other people to basically, suppress your platform and your influence, because they do not want their audience to know the truth. Do you understand what I'm saying? They don't want the audience to know the truth, so they'll do whatever it takes to silence it. That's why you're noticing a ramp up in this copycat spirit energy, okay? They are desperately trying to cling on to our energy at this point because they're tired of reading their own energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I want you guys to listen to this sister right here. She definitely goes in. Make sure that, like I said, everybody that I presented on here, make sure that you guys are following them. Make sure that you like and support and follow their platforms. Check out what this sister had to say right here. Excuse me, sidebar. I want to say document and declare. Make sure that you're documenting everything. Make sure that you are making your declarations, your prayers and petitions to remove these people out of your energy. Keep up with your spiritual maintenance. But please always document every single time they copy you. All right, let's go.
So I came across a video where a girl was talking about destiny swapping, but she introduced a different perspective that I ain't heard nobody talk about. And then I seen another video where somebody was talking about energy swapping. And it led me to want to make this video. Both of these videos inspired me to try to put this in perspective for people in layman's terms possible, because it really is different ways that people try to do that, and it's levels to that shit, you feel me? On a basic level, it'll be somebody that might just try to imitate another person. They might be inspired by that person. They might feel like they want to be them, but they don't really, it ain't no impact behind it for real, because it might just be that, you know, they might just be really inspired by a person. And so that inspired them to do the stuff that they do. When it come down to it, a person that really do genuinely want to be somebody else, and they actually act on stuff spiritually in order to try to be like somebody else, energy-wise, to try to be like somebody else by doing stuff that people don't think is possible, to try and live out as another person, is that, for one, they have to cancel the original, they have to discredit the original, they have to turn everybody against the original, and they have to make everybody forget about the original. And if they're having a hard time sabotaging the original, they will try to make the original sabotage theyself. Take to doing glamour magic on themselves to make themselves appear more innocent. If magic to place an illusion on the people that's on the receiving end of listening to everything that they saying. Baneful glamour magic against the other person to try to warp the perception of them for other people, or to make them seem to be something that they not, just so that people will turn against them and see them different in their light, while they try to stand in the light that will make them innocent in a situation. So essentially they trying to steal somebody's light. Essentially they trying to steal the way a person is perceived, that they might be trying to copy for real, or that they actually might be trying to be. They're going to have to do something that will spark rumors and lies about a person in order to change the way everybody look at them, which is trying to rob them of their light. If they can make everybody forget about a person, and they can make everybody turn their back against the person, or whatever the case might be, and they might do this by casting spirits, manipulating the energy around other people that may be on the receiving end of sitting up there observing what's happening, in order for that to fuel the narrative that they're trying to spin. Basically put under a spell in order to even think that they giving the right person credibility. And to take it even deeper, what it can look like if they is cloaked in that person's energy and trying to use that person's energy against them, it'll look like something where the energies is misplaced. So all the people that's listening to the person that's actually not credible, they is deciding to side with them because of the fact that they perceiving the person's energy that they have turned against on them. So that's the energy that's making them want to support that person. And the reason why they're going against the other person is because that person's energy is on them. Magic toward their platform to try to keep their platform from growing, trying to suppress their views, trying to keep them hidden, whatever the case might be. Whatever they're doing to manipulate the energy surrounding a person being seen and shining in the light, in the energy that they're supposed to be seen and shining in, they're trying to reach total erasure of a person. Because the only way that they can exist as somebody else is if the other person is erased. When some shit like that was happening to me, I felt the need to go and delete my videos. I felt a need to go and delete my platforms. I felt a need to go delete stuff prior to a certain date, and all my pictures in my phone was deleted, and I did not know what was compelling me to do that. It might not go as far as somebody trying to take your life, but they can cast stuff on you to make you want to take your own. And that's how deep this shit can get. The person that's happening to start realizing they're taking on the other person's characteristics and vice versa. And most people on the outside looking in not going to understand what's going on unless they actually got the level of awareness they need to put two and two together. You know, they're not going to be able to see it unless it's outwardly. The one that ain't trying to copycat can look like they the one trying to copycat if they do take on their characteristics outwardly. So yeah, while that's happening, they going to act like the other person going to be acting like them, the characteristics. You dig?
That was some real shit. Shout out to that lady. All right. Yes, they count on the lack of discernment that a lot of people have. The way that everybody's so quick to chase the juice and chase the hype, and everything's a numbers game, everything's a popularity contest, so they can easily hide behind that. Now, she talks about character swapping, which is the same thing as energy swapping, all right? Because like I said, if they've been in your energy for so long, they know exactly, they'll pivot when you pivot. They'll stop when you stop. If you say, oh, I'm not going to post no more because they keep stealing, they're going to come on their video and say, I'm not going to post anymore because they stop, because, you know, da-da-da. You know, they're going to say the same thing, all right? And then they'll anticipate waiting for you to post again. Now, if you pivot and you go to another platform, they will follow you to another platform. Ask me how I fucking know. They'll follow you to another platform. They'll use dummy accounts to watch your pages. Like, for instance, on my TikTok, I have dummy pages saving my videos where I'm doing my readings, saving my videos. on Instagram, I have dummy pages watching my Instagram stories. They will do that in order to collect energy to see what your next moves are so that they can pivot also. So this is exactly what the karmic readers with the larger platforms, and I'm talking about 5-figure subscribers. I'm talking about if you got 10K subscribers on up. Okay, not to say that smaller platforms don't steal from other smaller platforms, because we do have some smaller platforms in the Tarotland community that like to pander to the larger channels because they want to join that clique. All right, when they join that clique, somebody has to plug to help boost up their content and make them look like something that they're not. All right, if you listen to their readings in a very roundabout type of way, they're giving you low-key confessions of what they're doing. All right, so when you follow closely to what they're saying, you're able to clock it. This is what they don't like because they're scatterbrain bitches. You know what I'm saying? One day they're this, the next day they're that. One day they say this. That their points and their stance always change because they don't know who they are. They're an amalgamation of all the people that they've been copying. All right? They're a carbon copy of carbon copies. You know what I'm saying? They're absolutely unoriginal. This is why they target the original and they get other people to target the original. All right? They can be using listening devices, whatever that you're speaking on, whatever that you're saying around your phone, without, whatever, around these devices. They're using those devices. They have been confessing that in their readings. They have been confessing to their targets about what they've been doing, what they've been linking up with other people to do to you. The best thing to do when you're in this situation is to document. Take notes, dates, times, whatever words, whatever phrases that they stole from you, make sure you write that down too. Because when it's time for you to show your receipts, you know what I'm saying? Like Beetlejuice says, it's showtime. You feel me? You got to understand, karmic readers count on people having selective memory, short attention spans. When you are the opposite, that is their kryptonite. They do not listen to their own material to see how hypocritical they sound. They do not document or keep track of anything that they do and say because everything that they come up with comes from other people. They're more so about the views and engagement and the illusion of having it. Okay, I urge all smaller platforms with spiritual content to do exactly that. Now let's go ahead and continue.
I saw a video from a creator. I reposted it, actually, I think. And she said that you should not take someone copying you as a compliment or as flattery because they are extremely dangerous. And you need to go watch the video. Go on my repost if you need to, because everything she said in that video was facts. She proceeded to say, it's not flattering when you have a copycat because those people literally want to be you. They want to live in your skin. And a lot of the time, they will try to kill you so they can take your spot. And it's the biggest facts. As someone who has suffered with copycats and they've tried to actually use magic to kill me, yeah, it's the biggest truth. I've never taken that shit as a compliment. I've always taken it as a threat because of that reason. Because I know that there is, there's a difference between inspiration and someone who's blatantly biting off of you, trying to talk like you, trying to look like you, trying to date the same type of people you date. They're literally trying to destiny swap with you. Point blank, period. And eventually, in order for them to fully live as you, they need you out the picture. They need you not to exist anymore. That means they're going to take you out. They're going to find a way to take you out. If it's not with magic, because a lot of times it's not, they will use their hands. They will hire someone to do it. These people will always be your biggest ops, and you should always take it as a threat. There are women out there who are still copying everything that I do. Everything I say, the way I talk, the way I do my hair, the way I post on social media. They're trying to do my niche. These people are stealing my ideas and making it their own, pretending that it's their own. And all the while they are trying to get rid of me, throwing evil stuff at me, trying to take me out, trying to make people see me as them, all while they get seen as me. Those are some of the scariest people that you could ever be around, that you could ever have to deal with, because they have no sense of self, no authenticity, and they are simply looking at you as the person that they want to be. You are everything they want to be, and so they're just going to take it. If that's not scary, I don't know what is. Don't ever take it as a compliment. It's really not. And that creator also mentioned how many true crime stories that there is about girls who end up killing their friends simply because they were jealous and they were copycats and they wanted to be exactly like their friend. And I actually recently just watched a true crime documentary just like that. And it was actually extremely scary. It was like there was these two best friends, and one of the friends was always jealous of the other girl because she thought that the other girl was prettier. She was always able to pull boys and always had boys falling in love with her, and she struggled with that. Her friend also started getting pregnant at a very young age, and the other friend started to feel inadequate to her because she felt like no man wanted to get her pregnant. So she started copying her. Whenever her friend would get pregnant, she would get pregnant. She would try to get pregnant. But the thing about it is, every time she would try to get pregnant, it was never the outcome that she wanted. She would either lose the baby, or the child that was born was not up to her standards, meaning that that child came out disabled. So because the child didn't come out perfect as she considered her friends' children to be, she never paid attention to those kids. She neglected those kids. She hated those kids. But she continued to try and get pregnant at the same time. Every time her friend would get pregnant, she would try and get pregnant, and the same outcome would happen. She would have another child, and the child would come out disabled. The child would not be up to her standards. Then she saw that her friend got a new boyfriend, and he got her pregnant. And she saw that that man stuck around for the child. That man did not leave her. Every single one of the men that got this other girl who's jealous pregnant left her. So now the jealousy was just seething inside of her because she saw that a man was truly in love with her friend. And it was just vindicating everything that she thought was that this friend was better than her. But she did end up finding a man that was good, that was being good to her, that she felt like she was finally getting close to being just like her friend because she has a man that was willing to take care of her, that loved her the way she wanted to be loved. I don't remember much about this part, but I think that he was like in the Navy or the military or something, and he ended up having to leave out the country. So he had to leave her. And when he left her, of course, she was going to go spiral back into this whole jealousy cycle. And I'm missing one key part of this story. When her best friend got pregnant with the man that fell in love with her and was staying around for the baby, she also got pregnant, the friend that was jealous. But the thing about it is, she wasn't really pregnant. She was lying. She told her friend that she was pregnant around the same time. And there's a very key reason to that. The jealousy of her best friend consumed her so much to the point where she planned on stealing her friend's baby and pretending it's her own. She saw her best friend as just the woman who just has everything that she ever wanted. All of her kids came out healthy and perfect. And she thought to herself, the only way she can have that is by stealing it from her best friend. She invited her friend over one day, and her friend came over, everything. The friend literally was oblivious to all of this, which is crazy. That's why you have to pay attention, because, but her friend came over, and they were talking, and then she ended up, you know what, cutting her open and taking that baby out of her. And as a result, the best friend ended up dead. I'm not a true crime storyteller, but that story shook me. Like, that story shook me. I was like, oh my God. And this is the type of stuff that happens all the time. All the time. That's why you should never take it as flattery. If you see someone always in the same situation you're in, always doing the same shit you're doing, get far, far away from them. They are a danger to your life.
These are reasons why jealous and envious people will try to copy you. And usually with this one, you can always pick up the signs right away. The thing about jealous and envious people is they want what you have and they feel they can do it better. They feel that if they had your resources, if they had your face, your style, your intelligence, your eloquence, whatever, they could do better than you and they can claim the success that they feel they deserve. So sometimes they might even sabotage you or put you down and make you feel like whatever it is that you're doing or trying to accomplish is not good enough. But then they turn around and they do the exact same thing. They want you to be off guard so that you don't suspect that they're going to copy you and steal things from you. And then they do it. These people don't want to be around you. They want to be you. And I know you've heard that saying before. One thing I notice about these people too is they will study you and they will ask you a lot of questions. They want to know where you got your outfit. They want to know where you got your makeup. They want to know how you did this, how you did that. And then gradually they'll start to do those same things. This is also called destiny swapping, which I'm going to get into in another video, but be very careful of this behavior. These are people that literally want to take your place in life. They want to steal your vitality, your energy source, what fuels you and basically gives you, your passion, basically what makes you you. They literally want to take your life, not physically, but emotionally and spiritually. And people will often dismiss these things and say, oh, well, imitation is the highest form of flattery, which is true. However, if you notice that this person is also trying to ruin your life and take your glory and everything that you worked hard for, yeah, no. That is not flattery, that is just envy, and you don't deserve to have that in your life. Make sure to copyright everything that you do. By the way, if you ever have a small business or you're doing some sort of personal venture, be sure that you have rights to your stuff, to your information. I know that it costs money and it's a process, but trust me, it's worth it. If you ever see things going missing out of your home, out of your business, and it suddenly appears in your friend's place, or you feel like people are stealing your clientele, they're trying to take things that you have put in place, take note of this and please don't ignore it, because this is not just someone borrowing things from you or, they like you so they want to be like you. This can become dangerous if you let it get out of hand. And just remember, people can copy you all they want, but there's only one you, and they cannot mimic that beautiful aura that you have. They can try, but God has blessed us all with individual energy that cannot be imitated. So keep shining and don't let these people discourage you.
Biggest pet peeves is when somebody literally imitates every little thing that I do. As an influencer, I know that comes to the territory because all the time people will use my pictures, my videos, or just me in general as inspo, which is fine. That's different. It's nothing wrong with you using me as inspiration. It becomes a problem when it's not inspiration. There's a difference between somebody being inspired by you and somebody literally imitating you. And in this case, it's imitation. And they say imitation is the highest form of flattery, but I don't think so, because at this point, it is just weird. I'm talking about somebody who literally sits there and studies your personality, studies your likes and your dislikes, studies how you talk, how you dress, how you do your hair, everything that makes you you, and they mirror it. Like it's something deep down inside, to the point where you don't love yourself and you feel like if you were somebody else, you would be happier or better off. That's the problem. You don't love yourself, because if you loved yourself, you would be happy with everything about you. There's nobody on this earth that I want to be like. No matter how much you sit there and you study somebody else, you will never be that person. God created each person individually. We all have a different fingerprint, right? Calling on my life and the calling on your life is completely different. Let me show you how ridiculous you look trying to imitate or mirror somebody else when you and that person have two different callings on your life. So let's just say God calls me to healing and deliverance, right? So ever since I was younger, I've had this urge to want to help people and to be a doctor. So I go to school, I get my doctorate degree, and I become a doctor because that was what God wanted for my life, for me to be able to help and heal people, right? But you're trying so hard to copy me, to imitate me, to be like me, that you go to school to be a doctor too, because you see I'm a doctor. All time, the calling on your life is to be a teacher. The calling on your life is for children, because you have a teachable spirit where your job is to teach the children, to help them to grow up to be men and women of God. Your calling is not the same as mine, but because you're so obsessed with my life and what God has called me to do, whole time that's not what God has called you to do. The problem is, when you know who you are, who have an identity in Christ, He will show you what He has called you to do. I know what my purpose is. God has told me what my anointing is and what I am called to do. I know what my ministry is, and I know what I am put on earth here to do. And if you had a genuine relationship with God, or get to know God for yourself, He will tell you what your calling is. It becomes very concerning when, if Chloe says she likes aliens, you like aliens. If Chloe says she doesn't like peanut butter, you like peanut butter. If Chloe says she wants to go to school to be an astronaut, you want to go to school to be an astronaut. My likes, my desires, dreams, and my aspirations, and the things that I want to do in my life is what I want to do. Figure out what you want to do and follow that. Stop trying to imitate what you see somebody else doing. It's not like they're hiding it. It's so obvious that this person has no identity at all, that they're literally studying mine. But no matter how much you try to imitate me or mirror me or study me, you will always be a copy. I cannot be replicated or duplicated. I am me. I'm Chloe. Everything that makes me me is what makes me me. So figure out what makes you you and be you. It's really sad just watching somebody go through an identity crisis, and it just looks so forced. Like you can tell that that person is not being themselves. If I just go off grid completely, no social media, nothing, this person will not know what to do with themselves, because they study my social media in order for them to know what to do next.
Be careful of the people who copy your every move. You think that that is a sign of flattery, but in reality, it's a sign of hate. And let me clarify. We've been taught for time and time again that when people copy you, it is because they like you. It is because they admire you. It's because they basically want to do what you do. But in reality, it is actually not always a good thing. Sometimes when people copy you to the point where it's scary, and I'm not just talking about, oh, your Starbucks order at, you order some type of specialty coffee and now your friend copies you. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the way that you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk, all of the things that you're interested in. Now all of a sudden they're interested in it. All of the things that you do, now all of a sudden they do. Just everything, like just every single thing. It is not flattering. And spiritually, energetically, what they're really trying to do is replace you. They are trying to emulate you and become you so much that it is like, oh, there's no need for you anymore. There's now me. And we can see this even played out to the point where they will try to, get rid of you, like literally. So you have to really, really be careful when you have someone around that is literally doing this and that you just think, oh, it's fine. They're my friend. Like, of course they want to copy me. I'm cool. No, it's not a cool thing. And I will tell you a little story time about this. Growing up, when I was in like elementary school, I learned this very, very early on. I had a friend that was really close and she used to copy everything I did. And when I was a kid, I didn't fully understand why it bothered me, but I feel like I just knew it wasn't appropriate. And it would be like simple things like, we would have to choose what clubs we wanted to do after school. And she would never choose the ones that she wanted to do. She would just choose the ones that I was going to choose. And I hated it because I'm like, girl, have your own personality, have your own thing that you're into. Like, why don't you just think for yourself? And it just bothered me. I hated it. And at the time, other people around would be like, why do you not like that she likes to copy you? You guys are friends. Like, you guys should do everything together. And you're being mean. And it wasn't that I was trying to be mean. I just knew that there was a problem with her copying me with everything I did. So this went on for a really long time until I just got to the point where I didn't want to be near her. I didn't even want to be friends with her. And I just was so annoyed with her and bothered by her that I had to tell her, like, you got to stop this. Like, I just don't like it. And you know what's so funny about it is that years later, she like came on to me, like in the way I'm saying it. And I think that is why she always did everything that I wanted to do, is because she actually liked me. And it wasn't just like liked me as a friend. And now I realize that, people who do this, they are literally trying to like energetically possess you and get under your skin and get into what you're into so that they can like introduce you to things that you shouldn't even be introduced to. And this just goes beyond so many things. And I went on like a slight tangent, but I just want to say, like, be very careful. Be very careful with people who copy everything that you do. Like, it's not.
Imitation is not flattery. And the reason that is because these people are not imitating you because they want to be similar to you. They are imitating you because they want to replace you. If you are somebody that is interested in living a life on peace, it is important to understand that the people that are imitating you out of a so-called admiration isn't flattering, because these are the same individuals that will grow resentful, bitter, and hateful towards you when they realize that by trying to mimic you, they could not get what they want. And sometimes what they want is that high self-esteem, is that dream partner of yours, is that dream job, is that overall abundance that they are seeing by being in close proximity to you. If you are somebody that is interested in living a life on peace, you will start to find out that your greatest form of flattery is surrounding yourself around individuals that are comfortable showing up as their real and truest and most authentic self around you. It is not in your interest to copy or to mimic somebody else to gain these desires that you have. And it's not in your interest to surround yourself with people like this, because they ultimately will become psychologically dangerous. They will become manipulative. They will become doubtful or instilling doubt in you. They will grow resentful. They will purposely try and sabotage and cause delay to your life because they realize by copying you, they could not get what you want. They aren't valuing your characteristics because they want, to be inspired and live a life based on you, even though this is some people. But it becomes really weird because you will start to see that these people are evaluating your life with a very close proximity, similar to monitoring spirits. And this isn't about being cynical. It's about understanding and having a healthy awareness of these characteristics that people may show so that you can avoid or create boundaries so that it isn't inhibiting your life. imitation is not flattery, because these people will want to become you. That is why they're imitating you. And some people will do it word for word, bar for bar, hairstyle for hairstyle, I don't know, style for style. And that is so scary, because that bitterness, when they realize that they cannot be you by imitating you, will cause them to operate out of, I don't know, really problematic characteristics that can be to your physical and psychological detriment, because that jealousy is a very powerful emotion. Because if they couldn't get what they wanted by imitating you, they're going to go an alternative route driven by negativity to get what they want, and that is to be on top of you due to that secret animosity that is harvesting around them. And it's about being careful and having a healthy awareness of these individuals so that you can move accordingly and strategically around them.
If you're broke, try to have a nice day. If you're fat, try to have a nice day. If you're skinny, try to have a nice day. If you got a big head, try to have a nice day. If your mama's ugly, try to have a nice day. If your daddy whoop your ass, try to have a nice day. If a dog bites you in the ass, bite him back and try to have a nice day. Try to have a nice day. See, that's my theme. Try to have a nice day. I'm about to leave right now and go try to have me a nice day. All right. Try to have a nice day.
Said it so I can make them all respect my fame.